Well, hello there. How nice of you to join me. Thank you for coming by. And just so you don't leave empty-handed, here's your loaf of daily bread. Today's loaf comes to us by way of, you guessed it, Marcus Aurelius. So it's been a little heavy on the Marcus, but can't really have too much of a good thing, can ya? It all depends on your opinion of it, and that depends on you. Choose to renounce your opinion, and you will find yourself like a sailor rounding the headland on a calm sea in a bay without waves. That's a beautiful image, isn't it? Of this boat, sailing on stormy seas, and suddenly it rounds the headland and it enters the bay and all is calm. That's what happens when we choose to renounce our opinion, he says. It creates tranquility. Oftentimes, when we're angry and miserable, it's because we're holding on to an opinion that is causing us to feel that way. Now, please don't think that I am neglecting to account for external circumstances. I know over the last 5 or 6 videos, I've been driving this point home with Marcus Aurelius and talking about how everything depends on your view of it. But you can't have a view of it without an it to have a view of. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not denying that there are external circumstances and external realities that are just there. And I'm also not denying that some of these are unpleasant, uncomfortable, or painful. What I'm trying to share with you folks in the last few episodes is that even when circumstances are painful and uncomfortable, we can improve them simply by changing our opinion of them. Not by, believing something that's patently untrue, but by, massaging it, massaging it into something better, something that has a silver lining, At the very least, you can look at certain events as lessons. Might have been unpleasant, might have been painful, but it happened. And so in order to mitigate damage, if you will, it actually is better for us to massage that opinion a little bit and make it a little bit more, I don't want to say optimistic, because it's not about optimism, it's about optimization. Right? It's about having an opinion that will lead to the best view of it. The best view of it is the one that allows you to see it clearly and to leverage it for any benefit, and then also to mitigate it if possible. And so there's always a way, but oftentimes the way is strictly internal, because the external component, the situation, the conflict, whatever it is that you're pissed off about, that is there and you're stuck with it, right? When we can't change the external circumstances, we are being called or challenged to change our internal circumstances. And again, not saying it's easy, but if you can successfully do this, that negative external thing that triggered your reaction, it's going to feel a lot better. And you're going to be more effective at dealing with it, because you're not going to be plagued by misery and anger and thoughts about how it's not fair and why me, right? These things are often justified, right? Things happen that justify those reactions. It's not about whether you're justified or not. It's about whether you are being helped or not, right? Is this point of view helping you? It might be justified, it might be accurate, but is it helpful? And is there a more helpful way of looking at it that will improve it slightly? That's the question. And based on the amount of times Marcus Aurelius talks about it in his meditations, I imagine it was a central question to his own life and to his own way of thinking. Parting is such sweet sorrow. But don't worry, I'll be back in the next couple of days with another sweet loaf of bread for you. Won't be long. Until then, live well, my friends.